Hi, happy Tuesday. Let's talk awareness. Now, I'm not talking about awareness outside of you. I'm talking about awareness inside of you. I'm talking about self-awareness, internal awareness. Awareness is the foundation for change. You cannot make major shifts in your life until you're aware of what's happening right now. So, if you want to get up to here, you don't know what you need to do unless you know where you're at. You got to know where you're at in order to know the next step. So, I want to ask you some questions in terms of your self-awareness. Have you developed strategies for shifting your energy when you're feeling stressed, mad, or anxious? Are you on autopilot, or are you actually paying attention to those emotions? Do you know when you're feeling negative energy? Do you know that you're in control of your mood? Or do you just feel negative energy and wallow in it because that's your comfort zone? Do you know what pushes your buttons? Do you react instead of respond? I love coaching around button pushing. A lot of times people don't even realize what's pushing their buttons. We're on autopilot so hard that we can just hear one thing and it sets us off, right? And so developing internal awareness is being like, I don't have to do that anymore. I don't have to fly off the handle. If you're on autopilot doing that, then you're not paying attention at all to what's going on inside of you. Have you begun to realize what's holding you back? And look, if you're like, my boss holds me back, my spouse holds me back, my friends hold me back, my paycheck holds me back, or my job holds me back. No, I want to completely challenge that. More often than not, we hold ourselves back, which sounds crazy to some people. We're holding ourselves back. And we can change that. It's actually really powerful to know that, because it means we can be in control of what happens to our reality, of what happens in our lives. So if I've touched a nerve, if you're like, all right, I get what she's saying, I need some of this, that's good. It means you're in the right place and you can start your journey of awareness right now. I hate that saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. It's such a limiting belief. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter what your life has been like. You can make changes if you're willing to make them. It's up to you. It's simply a choice. So look, when you're aware, you have the ability to choose. You can choose what you've always done and you can get the same result you've always gotten, or you can become aware and you can choose differently and get the results that you actually want and begin to actually change your life and have a life that you want and you've chosen. Even if your circumstances are similar to a past situation, you can choose differently this time. You have to decide, though, to slow down and to pay attention. You have to take yourself off of autopilot so that you know when it's time to make a different choice instead of the choices you've always made. Now, I want to talk about awareness and our stories. This is the big one. Do you know what the facts are of a situation versus the stories that you've created in your head? Sometimes my clients go into a long story, and then when they're done, I simply ask them, what are the facts? And that can be kind of mind-blowing because we've created this story in our head about something so simple. Why she didn't call me back, why he didn't call me back, right? We create a story in our head and we make interpretations. And then we keep it going and we keep it going, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger until in your head, you're actually in a fight with that person. And instead, I like to say, take a step back. What are the facts here? And what you can do then is, once you realize and point out the facts, you can make choices based on the facts of a situation instead of based on the stories in your head. That is so powerful to me, making decisions based on facts versus the interpretation that you've created in your head. Now, anytime you use judgment words like bad, good, right, wrong, should have, you're in your story. That's up here. Those aren't fact words. Those are judgment words. So anytime you're using those words, know that you're in your story and you got to take a step back. Now, remember, we're all living our life based on our own set of filters. Each of us sees and interprets differently. Every situation we're seeing and interpret differently. We're all living based on our past experiences. We're living based on our beliefs. We're living based on our values. So it makes complete sense that we all see life with a different viewpoint. I know that, in today's world, especially with the election, it's like society tells us that we should be mad and when someone has a different opinion, but no, they have an opinion based on their life and what's happened in their life. You have an opinion based on your life and what's happened in your life, and that's okay. It's okay. And then when we know what pushes our buttons, especially in those kind of heated conversations, we can decide to take a step back and we can say, you know what, I don't want to fly off the handle. I don't want to just react from autopilot. I want to respond. And then we can respond with kindness. We can respond by exiting the conversation instead of yelling. We get to choose differently this time. Now, when you're stressed, so again, right now a lot of people are stressed. The stories in our head really go crazy when we're stressed out. That's okay. We just have to notice it. The stories, they love to pop up when you're stressed. I suggest just taking 2 minutes. Take a step back and breathe. Set your mind straight to give you the best chance to make an informed decision based on the facts instead of your story. You can make a decision for your best interest. Sometimes if I'm sitting here and I'm feeling stressed and stuff's going on in my head, I just walk to the kitchen and have a glass of water. It's as simple as that. It's a quick reset. Begin to observe yourself too. Your feelings, your thoughts and emotions, point them out. When you're paying attention, you can notice what comes up. When you're paying attention, you can notice the changes that you want to make. And, you'll begin to realize that these feelings, thoughts, and emotions, you control them. When we get ourselves off of autopilot, we realize we're in control of our mood. We're in control of how we feel in any situation. We're in control of our thoughts. That is super powerful. You're in control. When you realize that and when you take charge of those things in your life, you begin to make different decisions, and that's how your life changes. That's how your life becomes what you want it to be. Now, here are some more tips to develop self-awareness. Separate facts from interpretations. Like I said, observe what's actually happening, not your thoughts or emotions around what's happening. Breathe. Like I said, sometimes I just get up, I walk to the kitchen, I breathe, I have a glass of water. It's 1 minute, it's 2 minutes. Meditate or journal. I know a lot of us, if you haven't tried it before, it can sound big and scary to meditate or journal. However, just sit on the couch for 2 or 3 minutes, be still, be quiet, observe your thoughts, clear your head if you can. If you can't, that's okay. Just do your best. Journal knowing that no one's going to read this. Journal about your thoughts and feelings. Journal about what's going on in your world. Journal about how you want to change. Just write. Just get it out of here and onto paper so you can clear your head a little bit. You're worth that. You deserve that. Connect with your values and beliefs. You can wake up every morning and say, I know my core values and my core beliefs, and that's how I want to present in each day. That's who I want to be. If one of your core values is honesty, how do you lead your day with honesty? If it's kindness, how do you lead your day with kindness? And you can check in with yourself multiple times throughout the day. I used to set cell phone alarms, and I have Post-it notes behind my laptop here reminding me of my values, my intentions, and my beliefs so I can show up as my best version every single day. Now, lastly, don't judge yourself. You're going to be okay. This is all a practice. As long as you're working toward a more enlightened and a more aware version of you, you're on the right track. So look, let me know if you have questions. Let me know what comes up for you. I look forward to hearing about your journey. Okay, see you next week.